Yellow, what's going on, guys? It is your host with the most here, and good morning. Got some coffee. It's been a long time since I've done a replay commentary, as you can see from the title. Uh, so I'm really excited to kind of jump into this, and we're going to talk about a game I had a couple days ago, actually, and played with one of my guild mates, a couple of them. I might have to like stream. I thought about maybe I should stream some of the games with my guildmates. We have a lot of fun, and we had some good games. So without further ado, I will go ahead and jump over into Dota. And you guys can see here, we'll start with the lineup and kind of go into it. But playing position 4 support Witch Doctor. Really good this patch. Just a couple of things that I picked up on that we can kind of go over. And then also my guildmates were playing Legion Commander and Lich versus an enemy Juggernaut, Kunkka, Wind Ranger, Rubik. Have to be careful for the Rubik, of course, and the Jakiro. So let's go ahead and jump into the game. Alright, so we're jumping into the game right here. We'll talk about starting items. Speed it up a little bit and talk about starting items. So you're gonna see I skill Paralyzing Cask here, and I get a Null Talisman and a Tango. It's kind of a greedy, but I know I have the regen, and I know I want to pressure the top lane really early on, especially with the Legion Commander, right? And presumably that Juggernaut's going to be top too. So
the battle begins.
That make a big mess.
all right, so we're back in lane here. This is important. Look, right click Juggernaut, right click Juggernaut, right click, right click. Four, I took 5 right clicks, 6 Paralyzing Cask, 7. Like, he's out of lane, 8, and then right click Rubik. Eat a Tango, run back. He can't contest the last hits. What are they gonna do? There's a Rubik here. I can trade with Rubik. Remember, I have a Null Talisman too. So this is important. In my opinion, Null Talisman is such a good item. Right here. Look at that. 1 minute and like 12 seconds in. We're getting first blood. The lane's pushing in. Rubik doesn't want to tank it, presumably, right? And now I'm able to kind of continue to play in this top lane. Juggernaut's forced to last it under tower, of course. I can eat the Tango and run back. Right here, I'm kind of thinking about creep equilibrium. So it's going to be the same thing that you guys saw like a minute ago, right? I'm right-clicking a Rubik. I'm staying out of lane. And here, I can stand in between the lane and Juggernaut. My Legion Commander is getting free farm. They're going to pull the lane here, but that's fine because I'll just pull it. Now look at where the lane is. Right click Rubik. This is all it is. Like, I could stack here, and I was talking to the Legion Commander about, hey, should I stack? But if you have an opportunity to, like, do this, this is way better than stacking, in my opinion. Because the farm he gets here is just gonna like propel him forward for the rest of the game. If I were to stack ancients, that's not gonna be super useful until like later in the game where he can take ancients, right? So we know this lane is going to push in. I mean, number one, there's more creeps, and number two, there's 2 enemy range creeps. And we're also denying the creeps, too. Like, I haven't seen, like, Juggernaut or Rubik in, like, a minute. Rubik's here. And I'm almost positive, because I'm telling this, if I click, he's probably in the recovery jungle. Is he not? Where's Juggernaut at? Yeah. See, he's up here in this, like, recovery jungle area, which is quite interesting. It won't let me draw because it's paused. But he doesn't really have any other choice, I feel like. Notably, I do remember my guildmate saying that we were quite impressed with the amount of XP Juggernaut had. And I think it's just because he's getting solo XP. Here it's like Rubik, same thing. I could maybe play a little bit more aggressive. And I bought more Tangos, so I'm okay with regen. We also, like, when you play aggressive, like, in the offlane, you have that, like, you have the Lotus pool that you can use, too. So it's like, there shouldn't be any problems with regen. And I also bought Ring of Basilisk, so I'm kind of wanting to spam abilities here with Paralyzing Cast. So here's Juggernaut. He's level 3. And that might have been where my guildmate said, like, oh wow, he's still gaining levels. But his farm probably isn't great. And my Legion Commander is going to get more farm and XP in lane. Of course, lane's always better, right? So he's gonna live here. I think Legion was under the impression he was gonna die, but yeah, level 1 Maledict isn't gonna do it. So I think I knew this was warded. Yep. And I'm gonna want to put an Observer ward here. And again, I was able to kill the healing ward and pull the creep lane. However, I end up tanking this, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So this isn't ideal, but I still think it's what's best. And I'm pretty sure I skill Restoration too once I hit level 4. I could be wrong. I have plenty of mana regen, so. Yeah, there it is, right? So I got Restoration. I am curious, if I look at net worth, yeah, Juggernaut is ahead. But I mean, my Legion Commander is 3,000, and yeah, he's 1,000 ahead of Juggernaut, roughly. I was able to put a ward here. I felt really confident going into the other team's jungle. I think you see me drawing, actually, top. I feel really confident going in the other team's jungle just because I knew Juggernaut was farming the recovery jungle. This is death right here. At least I thought it was. Yeah, okay. Some people don't like the skill Restoration this early, like at level 4. And maybe I should have put an extra point in Maledict, but I think it's fine. Again, here I could maybe be like stacking. That's something I always think about if I'm supporting. But
Illusion.
pushing the tower and like eliminating Juggernaut from top, I think, is more beneficial. So I have Arcane Boots here. I got level 2 Maledict. And then don't show in lane, of course, right? So if you can hang out here and not show in lane, potentially you can get a kill. But
I'll take that as tribute.
maybe I'm wasting too much time like in lane. I mean, I'm stealing XP from Legion. Again, if I recall, like in the moment, Legion was like, you know, stay here. And I'll go and get the bounty runes. Again, I'm not worried because I see Kunkka's mid diving the tier 2.
I'll take that.
I also have a ward in that camp, right? That I warded earlier. So
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
so here I end up stacking both these camps.
Dire's courier has been killed. Arcane power.
I think we dive here too. He's level 6, notably. Rubik is. You can see I'm buying sentries and observers. I have restoration, so I feel more confident in diving with restoration.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And he's 6, so I know he wants the duel. Yep. So we're getting an early duel. Taking tier 1. Rubik is here, or not Rubik, Kunkka's here. Again, I have the restoration. He's doing fine.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. There is little hope for Dire's middle tower. Arms for the dead.
So here, I want to go bottom to help my team, so I use the Twin Gate.
Hey, ugly, ugly.
Middle tower.
So again, like, Rubik stealing that isn't great either.
Grind me down. I could do this.
So say hi,
I remember we were like a bit concerned why our Monkey King is just using his ultimate underneath the enemy tower, but
Even I like a good bauble.
so I go mid. You're gonna see me farm mid a little bit here. It's just easy last hits, right?
Dire should look to their middle tower.
Unfortunately, a Wind Ranger was there. There's not too much else we could have done, so I just died twice. I guess we can certainly talk about this. My Legion Commander is getting more duels. Shane Frost is doing work.
On the rocks.
So here I TP top, I think. Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is
So that's farm. Like, for me as a support, if no one else is gonna take it, like, I'll happily take it. Because you also notice I'm working on Guardian Greaves, too.
Radiant's bottom tower is
So I stack Ancients again. I'm coming mid. Restoration. I also used a salve on my teammate. I used mana boots. We're doing good.
I'll take that. Whoa, look at it go.
So here, I use ultimate. I'm pretty sure I'm able to escape. No? Yes? No? Okay. So my Legion Commander has 8,200 net worth. The Juggernaut has 5,600. So, like, little less than 3,000 more than Juggernaut. The Legion Juggernaut, which is you know, really like I said, there were some concerns about the Monkey King. So here again, I'm able to farm a lot of this. I may die here. I think they're all missing. They're top, okay. So I'm pushing. Wind Ranger's TPing. There's 2 TPs now. I'm able to get out though.
Whoa, look at it go.
There is little hope for Dire's middle tower should look to their bottom tower. Dire's bottom tower is no more. Dire are scanning for enemies.
Edge.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Whoa, look at it go.
Alright, so here we're taking over their triangle. I think we said, like, we got all the tier 1s, and notably, if we play around triangle, I think it's super beneficial. If we can kind of, like, deny the enemy farm, almost. Again, here's another dual win.
Dire's middle tower is
I have Midas. We're so ahead. I feel like Midas is good. I know it's a bit crazy of an item to get, but if you're this far ahead and you get Midas, it's 160 gold and 2.1 times the experience. With the new 2 charges, so it's 110 seconds. It'll really, like, boost your farm.
middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Look at it go.
I gotta be careful when I ult because of Rubik, so I learned my lesson early on, obviously, right? I was trying to save Lich, but with Kunkka, it's not easy. We got another duel win. And I'm not, like, doing a whole lot here. Like, I don't have the opportunity to set up my ultimate too much. Because now I'm just being, like, stunned.
Skull for my satchel.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The heals are pretty good, though. Taking this tier 2 is really important, I feel like, because it opens up more of the map with their Wisdom Rune and then also Tormentor. So this is huge. I'll rewind that. Like, it's... I'm low health and low mana. If you look at my Legion, he's like low health too, but he just popped a BKB. And then he goes for another duel. I can't really do much here. I have 130 health. I have a Mango, which I'm like, I want to get so I can continue to use Restoration. And then I also have a Healing Salve. I think I help here with this kill. Yep. So that works.
My graveside mark.
I luckily was able to have the mana for that.
Dire's bottom tower is
I go top, I farm top.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Again, here, having the Healing Lotus is really important. Aghanim Scepter is on its way. No way! So I didn't realize this, and I could have looked at the net worth graph, and I think we would have at the end of the game anyways. But I'm really close to Zeus in net worth, number one. Number two, I have more than the entire enemy team in net worth. So more than Kunkka, mid Kunkka, mind you. Safe Lane Juggernaut, Windranger. Like, this is quite interesting, I'd say.
Is under attack. Dire's middle tower, Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
So at this point, all their tier 2s are gone. I think we want a Roche. If I remember correctly, we're talking about going to Roche. Yep, so here I already have Mechanism. So I'm looking for an opportunity to get an ultimate, but I can't really do that right now because of Kunkka. But I am healing.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Alright, so we go back, farm. Here I'm trying to look for a kill on Juggernaut. So my Legion's here. and he gets the kill, so that's more dual damage. I'm here with the heals to help bail Legion Commander out.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
There's farm mid.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Placing wards. So right now we have Zeus disconnected.
The quest for ultimate glory.
We smoke here. Okay. Another duel for Legion Commander. So sieging high ground is important. Positioning, right? I don't really have Glimmer or anything. They have Lincolns on Wind Ranger, so I just kind of want to stay away from everything. I also don't want, like, here I can't do anything with Kunkka. Like, you're watching me, like, I'm struggling just to, like, move. Oh, this was interesting. Okay, so I don't know, like, what happened. I mean, I do know what happened, but, pay attention to this. So Kunkka is still up. I use my ultimate, and Kunkka pulls me in, but it doesn't stop my ultimate. I actually get the kill on Juggernaut, and then I die because I got pulled into that. Fast forwarding because I'm dead here. Going top, pushing top. Alright, see if I can get a good fight here. I got my ultimate, and then again, I get stunned by Kunkka. And then just death. So that wasn't great. So I respawn, teleport top. This is death, I think. Yep. Oh no, it wasn't. That's right. Unlucky. So Roshan is something that we want to work towards again. And then we also have the Tormentor here. Alright, so here I got BKB, and I maybe should have got this earlier. just because I can't really do much against the Kunkka. So I die again. Kunkka buys back, but it's struggling to high ground here, I think, with Kunkka. Yeah, so you can see our team's dying here. Let me go back here. So we're trying to run into the triangle.
I wonder if this might.
I have ultimate.
Arms for the dead.
Maybe I should start playing more Legion Commander. I know I used to back in the day. Once we're able to kind of get those picks, it's easier to seize high ground. I still have BKB here. And Guardian Greaves. And that's about it. Not a perfect game by any means, I'll say that. However, we're still looking at 24,000 net worth versus 17,000 Juggernaut. Like, I almost had as much as the Wind Ranger. I had more than the Kunkka. It's I don't know, like, kind of what I think the biggest thing is just that laning phase, right? When we have that laning phase and Juggernaut's pushed out a lane multiple times and Rubik is pushed out a lane multiple times, and I eventually did go and stack the Ancients, which I think there's some benefit. The nice thing about, in my opinion, and I don't know if this gets talked about as much as it should, the nice thing about neutral items and like creep camps is when you stack them, if you strategically take it around the time that the neutral items are there, then you know, you can get the stacks, of course, which is nice because of the XP and the gold, but also if you don't have all the neutral items or you time it specifically around the neutral items, you can get early tier 2, tier 3 neutral items, which is a huge advantage going into some of these team fights. If you saw, I had Telescope here, which just increases the attack range, which is really important. I mean, if you think about my attack range, and you always, I don't want to say you always want to be right clicking, but in lane, like, sometimes I see people and they just don't right click. You saw me just right click Juggernaut, I think it was like 8 or 9 times on the first, I think it was like the first lane of creeps, or the second lane, and I just right click until, I mean, he was less than half health, right? And you could tango there, but the regen isn't great. It's not instant, and even then, I'm still going to continue to right click. So you're forcing him out of like XP, and he's not able to last it. Notably, though, I mean, Juggernaut's a melee hero. I don't know if things would have been differently. Let's say it was a Medusa. Maybe it's a little bit different in terms of I may not be able to right click as much. But I'm also playing Witch Doctor, and it's not like it's Shadow Shaman or anything where I don't know if it would even tell me, like, yeah, I think Shadow Shaman has one of the highest support base damage in the game. It could have changed. Don't quote me on that. But it's more than a Witch Doctor, I'd say. So you saw me buy an early Null Talisman, and even then, I mean, the 5 intelligence, the 2 strength, the 2 agility, the mana bonus, and the mana regen, it's nice, but it also doubles. And if I can, in my mind, it's like mid-max, right? If I can take advantage of this 505 gold item, which is going to double at minute 25, there isn't any other item. Like, I have Greaves, I have Midas, I have BKB, Aghanim Scepter, I also had Shard, Null Talisman, and I had Lincoln's. So, in my mind, like, it's better to have something in your inventory rather than, like, an empty space. And I feel like a Null Talisman does a great job of doing that, and plus now it scales too, so it's even better. I don't think there's anything else I want to add, really. There might be another game that I want to do a replay commentary on and review. If I do, I will record it and upload it for you guys. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. You guys can all take a look at the graphs and everything. It was always kind of in our favor here as far as net worth, right? So 10 minutes, you're starting to see 15 minutes. But, again, hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I'll catch you all later.